Ka sorkar jela mentagasi ke rai ban Pynjlan ya ke port traikam ke license ya ki nongsam umphniang sharak bat kumju ya ki tendong shed LPG na kamta ka sansnem kini ke long hadin ba ka sorkar pedeng ke lapatha ya ke sorkar jela ban penkelano ya kini ke rule na kamta kini ke kam ka sorkar jela ke lapdang ru da ka bapen kelai ya ke rule jong Meghalaya kerosene licensing control order rules chejar knais pa prabusan ban Pynjlan ya ke license ya ke sansnem ya ki nongsam ya kini ke rai Lashim dak jelang ke kunhun menteri mendakasngi bat layato ya ka do menteri ka sorkar u James ke sangma ka sorkar kala thauru ya ka rule jong ka welfare fund nagam ta ki nong trade dak bathau ya ka corpus fund ka ba ship klor ka sorkar kala pedangru ya ka jing penam no ya ka rule jong ka general provident fund ne GPF rules shajar khnais pa prapusan dak ba pentrai kam no dak Meghalaya civil service GPF arajar arpau pat kiwei kimat.
I would like to inform you that the Ministry of Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution, Government of India, had advised the state government to amend the control order to ensure that the validity of licenses issued to the fair price shop owners, who are the ones who are responsible for the distribution of of kerosene. This should be not less than 5 years, the validity of the licenses. In accordance to this advisory given by the Government of India, the Department of Food, Civil Supplies and Consumer Affairs, Government of Meghalaya, proposed to the Cabinet to amend the Meghalaya Kerosene Licensing and Distribution Control Order 1988. And this was discussed. The views of the Law Department and the other departments were placed before the Cabinet, and accordingly the Cabinet has gone ahead and approved the amendment to the Meghalaya Kerosene Licensing and Distribution Control Order, enabling the provisions to extend the validity of the licenses issued to fair price shop owners to 5 years instead of 1 year. The second agenda was regarding the amendment of the Meghalaya Liquefied Petroleum Gas, that's LPG, Regulation for Sale and Distribution Order 1988. This is also an item agenda which was brought up by the Food and Civil Supplies Department. In this also the Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas, Government of India, had advised the state government to amend the control order so as to increase the periodicity of renewal of licenses to a period not less than 5 years. So this is very similar to the one that I just mentioned about, but this is for liquefied petroleum gas, that is LPG. Accordingly, the Department of Food and Civil Supplies, Consumer Affairs, Government of Meghalaya proposed to the Cabinet to amend the Meghalaya LPG Regulation for Sale and Distribution Order 1988. And this was discussed in the Cabinet, and the Cabinet has approved the amendment of the Meghalaya Liquefied Petroleum Gas Regulation for Sale and Distribution Order 1988, which will be taken up in the Assembly. The third item which was taken up, the formal item which was taken up today in the Cabinet, was again from the Supply Department, and this is pertaining to the Meghalaya State Consumer Welfare Fund Rules and Guidelines. I would like to inform you that the Government of India, the Ministry of Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution, had instructed the states and union territories to set up their own consumer welfare funds at the state level. And this consumer welfare fund was to have a corpus fund of 10 crores in a ratio of 90-10, 90% from the Government of India and 10% from the state government. However, to utilize the benefit of this corpus fund, it was imperative on the part of the Government of Meghalaya to the requirements for the state government was to notify the State Consumer Welfare Fund rules and guidelines for this corpus fund. This was placed before the Cabinet today, and the welfare fund rules and guidelines were discussed, and accordingly the Cabinet has approved the Welfare Funds and Funds Rules and Guidelines 2019. The fourth formal agenda that was taken up today was regarding the recommendations submitted by the Administrative Rules and Regulations Revision Advisory Committee, or the ARAC, and this is relating to the revision of the Meghalaya GPF Rules 1985. I would like to inform you that in the year 1985, Government of Meghalaya had framed its own General Provident Fund rules called the Meghalaya Civil Services GPF Rules 1985. Few amendments were made to the GPF Rules 1985 from time to time. However, the government felt the need for a comprehensive review of the rules so as to update and harmonize the state rules with the national rules, and also to accommodate the changing environment and the requirements of government servants. Accordingly, the Meghalaya Civil Services GPF Rules 1985 were referred to the Administrative Rules and Regulations Revision Advisory Committee, that is the ARRAC, for recommendations. The committee examined the existing GPF rules and submitted its recommendations to the government. And these proposed amendments were taken up in the cabinet in the year 2018, on the 21st of December, and was duly approved. Because of the voluminous nature of these proposed amendments in the rules, the cabinet, the ARAC, reviewed and re-examined the whole amendment of the GPF rules approved by the cabinet, incorporated all the amendments in the new rules, and recommended to repeal the existing GPF rules. So therefore, instead, since it was found to be that these amendments were too exhaustive, it was recommended that the existing GPF rules be repealed and a new Meghalaya Civil Services General Provident Fund Rules 2020 be brought. So therefore, this was brought to the cabinet today, the Meghalaya Civil Services General Provident Funds Rule 2020, and also the repealing of the existing Meghalaya Civil Service General Provident Fund Rules 1985, and accordingly the cabinet has approved. The last agenda which was taken up was the amendments to the Meghalaya Fiscal Responsibility and Budget Management Act. This is based on a letter that was given to us by the Ministry of Finance, Government of India, which had received several requests from many states for the relaxation of the FRBM in net borrowing ceiling from the existing 3% of the GSDP, and this was due to the hardships which all the states were facing in managing their finances. So Government of India, White Letter number 40 PF1 2011 volume 2 dated 26th of Feb 2020, had agreed to provide additional borrowing to the respective states as a one-time special dispensation for the current financial year 2019 to help the states in managing their finances. And this is of course subject to the amendment of the state's FRBM Act. So therefore, in line with all the other states which are also relaxing the limit of 3%, Government of Meghalaya, based on this letter given by the Government of India, has proposed an amendment to the FRBM to maintain fiscal deficit at an annual limit of 4.1% of the GSDP as a special dispensation during the current fiscal year 2019-20, only for this period. So the views of the Law Department and others were examined, and the approval was sought of the Cabinet to amend the Meghalaya FRBM Ordinance Amendment Ordinance 2020. So this approval was given by the Cabinet for the ordinance to pass for the ordinance of the Meghalaya FRBM Management Amendment Ordinance 2020.